very much for still being there with us. We told you we'll be looking at the Rivers Rerun election, State Assembly election, the federal constituency elections, senatorial district elections that held in Rivers State on Saturday. It was peaceful in some areas, and some other areas it wasn't that peaceful.
Well, in some areas where the conduct was peaceful, problem reportedly started during collation as the regional result sheets were swapped with fake ones. So it is very possible for the results declared not to tally with what was announced at the polling units.
We also heard reports that the announcement of results was not done in designated collation centers.
And there are areas where party agents were sent out with INEC officials and ad hoc staff locked in their offices by soldiers before result sheets were swapped.
Also, we heard that most disturbing reports is the hijack of polling materials by soldiers and diversion of same to compound with candidates where voting was taking place in the presence of some INEC officials.
Well, the results have been trickling in, but let's take the following reports on the election to set the tone for the discussion.
Election officials and party agents accompanied by security operatives finally conveyed election materials to the polling units at about 11 a.m. after a long wait at the INEC office in Bori, headquarters of Kana local government area. At Ward 1, Unit 3 of Kana local government area, voters turned out in their numbers and cast their ballots in an orderly manner. Although the exercise kicked off as late as 12 noon, the process was hitch-free as accreditation and voting went on simultaneously. At Unit 3, 8 and 9 of Ward 9, however, the ambience was anything but chaotic. Voters who turned out as early as 7 a.m. were disappointed that the exercise could not commence hours after the election materials were released.
Even the security apparatus had a hectic time in settling the issue. You could see that we are just settling down to do the casting of vote.
Wait. I've not voted. We have been here since 7 o'clock to exercise our duty, our civic right. But you can see nothing is going on here. The people are all lined up, but they don't know what is wrong with their machine. We heard they don't know the password, we don't know the confusion. You can see for yourself that nobody is voting, and the women are fighting. They've been out here. We've been out here standing for some hours, so we don't know. And we heard by 2 o'clock the card will go off or whatever. The machine will go up by 2 o'clock, so we don't know what to do.
Incident form is with me, so I will fill the information incident form, then we can start the manual. This is the manual register I've already taken out to start the voting.
At the time of filing in this report, supporters of the People's Democratic Party had boycotted the exercise for lack of confidence in the electoral process.
The local government, where they even abandoned the collation that was done on the 19th of March 2016 during the run. They are supposed to have concluded other units to make up, but they jettisoned that result and just wrote a different result in the local government. No problems. Now the member of local government did not discover that even with the result they have in the local government, that just anybody will still win. Now what is the problem? As I speak to you now, they are doing everything in local government to see that result is being changed. They've called the collation officers, they've called the John officer, look, do all you can. As you go to the collation center in local government, the military will give you a different result sheet, and you must enter that, not the one that from the field. So they said that will be done this afternoon, but they never went because they saw the resistance of the people. They said it will be in INEC office, the headquarters. Why people, our agents have gone to the INEC office? They said no. Now they said they should go back to the collation center at local government council. Why they went back to the collation center? No, you shouldn't enter. We have not gotten any approval. Any agent should come in. That's okay. Then that's it to the Port Harcourt City Council. Just this evening now, they say no, it will still be done at Omewan. However, they should not tell people that it will be by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you ask yourself, what kind of country are we in?
Raised against Independent National Electoral Commission, but let's tell you that we had to delay this conversation up till now because we were expecting them to be here. We put out an invitation to official of INEC to be here, but as at yet they are not here. So we'll just go straight into our discussion. We have joining us, and now at this time, the former national chairman of Labour Party. He was in that office for about 10 years, Chief Barrister Dan Umayo. He's also a lawyer and public affairs analyst. Good to have you here.
Good morning, Chief Dan.
Good morning. We listened to those reports coming out from Rivers State concerning some of the challenges that was faced during the elections. The accreditation machine not working, incident forms were given, and so manual voting took place. And of course, PDP boycotted elections in some areas. Are you satisfied with the conduct of the elections in the face of all of these challenges?
First of all, let me express my disappointment that INEC official did not come here. I had wanted to take it on their action relating it to the law, their action relating to the Electoral Act, and the action relating to the, what we are used to in INEC. In fact, that was the condition I gave yesterday, so that it will not look like a monologue. And I'm happy I'm here because I have nothing at stake as to what you benefit from Rivers or from that process, but I have a lot at stake when we are talking about the democratic process, when we are talking about rule of law, when we are talking about adherence to electoral laws and the action and inactions of the umpire, Independent National Electoral Commission. It is a shame, it is a disappointment. I cannot be satisfied, and most Nigerians are not. I weep in my heart because this INEC, I have said it, this INEC, this particular INEC, go and write it down, we bring this democracy to a halt, and we will take the blame to nowhere other than the doorsteps of this INEC. You see, they are doing things that we are not used to. At least for the 10 years I was involved with INEC, at the highest level of a political party administration that produced government, it was like going to school. There are things we don't expect INEC to do.
What are those things we expect INEC to do and they're not doing?
I am coming. Just be patient with me. You see, I didn't want to go into calling names. But you see, INEC as a body is the body permitted by law to cancel any results before it is announced during the process. So when I put everything on the doorstep of INEC, it's because INEC will see that the process is tainted. INEC would know, like the case of hijack of sensitive materials, like the case of alteration of figures. INEC will do what? Will cancel that process if they are independent, if they want to achieve a credible election. But most of these things you are hearing that happened in the Rivers happened before the glare of INEC officials, including the commissioners. They brush it aside. Let us take even the build-up to the election. The governor alleged that certain persons were printing the sensitive materials. INEC brushed it aside without investigation. There is a forum of political parties and INEC before every election. where even there's an agreement on how an election will be conducted. And political parties will sign that code of conduct. So it is not for INEC to do otherwise, because it has a script it must implement to the letter. And what is that script? INEC has robbed. I send people to Rivers. I have a lot of relations in Port Harcourt, in different areas. They went to vote. They saw what happened. And we have also gotten the report. Okay, this is National Assembly election. Today is Monday. In all the governorship election in this country, by 2 p.m. on Sunday, you will have the result. What is different with this one?
It could it be that some parts of River State are waterlogged and it will require...
Even in the governorship election of Rivers, even in the governorship election, even governorship election in Rivers in the past, it never passed Sunday. So they have told themselves they are in a place now cooking and doctoring the figures. And that's why I have said it since, immediately after Edo election, that this INEC has no honor. It has no integrity. The INEC has become shameless.
We've heard allegations of multiple result sheets. One that INEC had on the field, and one that allegedly given to INEC official at Collation Center and say, use this one to impute the figures. But can that really work when we know that at polling unit level, after poll is concluded, results are announced at that level?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
And party agents are there?
Yes.
Party agents are different units that make up a particular ward,
yes,
in a particular senatorial
district. Have even signed?
They have signed.
Yes.
So they have their own figures as collected at the individual level.
Let me tell you, and don't waste your time. Let me tell you.
How does it work?
Let me tell you what you see. Let me tell you what you see in the tribunal.
Yes.
These sensitive materials have codes. They have duplicated them. So in the tribunal, you bring the authentic result, and they will tell you this is the authentic result.
With the same code?
With the same code. That was what His Excellency Nike shouted about.
But you would have had party agents from opposition parties as well who would have endorsed it, signed on it as well.
That is the law that nullifies an election for the mere reason that the party agents did not sign. Because the law recognizes that a party agent that lost a particular polling unit may not sign. And that's why INEC must be independent. INEC must be truthful. INEC must be honest. INEC must be reliable. So that is exactly what you will see in the tribunal. It's a question of bulldoze your way, let them go to tribunal. But let me tell you what they have opened Nigerians now to see. They are for those who are still interested, people kept asking me, why are you outside? I said, no, the job I'm doing now is towards a better society. I have seen it all in this system. What they are telling politicians now is, get ready in 2019. You must be prepared to have it. A situation you have said, if they slap you, slap them back. If they shoot you, shoot them back. INEC is partial. INEC is not transparent. So they will equip themselves. Now you moved how many policemen in Rivers? In a general election in 2019, how would you distribute the policemen? No. There are polling units and wards you don't even see policemen in an election. So how are you going to do it? We thought that the professors INEC will be an improvement from what Jega left behind.
Okay.
But rather, they have taken us backwards. And that is a very dangerous trend.
All right, we'll talk about how to strengthen the electoral process just after this short break. We'll bring you Pan-African World up next.
This is Pan Africa World. Bomb explosion in the Coptic Christian Cathedral complex in the Egyptian capital Cairo has killed at least 25 people. Dozens of others were injured in the blast in a chapel adjoining St. Mark's Cathedral during a Sunday service. Many of the victims are thought to be women and children. Egypt's Christian minority has often been targeted by Islamist militants. Christians gathered to show anger at the attack, the worst in years. At least 31 people were wounded in the explosion, the health ministry said. Egypt has declared 3 days of mourning on Sunday after the bombing. A suicide car bomber killed at least 16 people and injured 9 others at a police station in the Somali capital, the Somali police official said on Sunday. The attack early Sunday targeted a police station adjacent to Mogadishu seaport, said Captain Mohammed Hussein. At the blast scene, medical workers